Remember, there's some pretty important information here in the disclaimer. You might want to give the video a quick pause and read it.
Oh, hey everybody, it's me, Sonic! Sonic the Hedgehog! Just here to remind you that if you haven't already, make sure to hit that like button. And for even more amazing customs, don't forget to subscribe to Wake Angel 2001! Because between you and me, they're way past cool!
Hello out there, this is Wake Angel 2001 coming at you with the final part of Raspberry Fur's commission. It is Marine the Raccoon. She was only in one game, that one being Sonic Rush Adventure on 3DS, one of my personal favorites. And she was in the comic book where Shadow made the ultimate meme face and scared her off, and I found that to be hugely amusing. But we are not talking about her as a character, although I have softened on her over the years. Sure, she is a little bit annoying, but she's just an energetic, excitable little kid with a heavy Australian accent. I really shouldn't hold anything against her. Also, I think she might have hydrokinetic powers, you know, kind of like as a foil to Blaze's pyrokinetic ones. Because, like, at the end of the game, she fired a little water ball at the final boss, and, like, you know, people can't normally do that. So, like, I don't think that's just a technique, like, here's the technique of shooting magic water out of your fists. That's not a thing. That's not a technique. It must be a superpower she has. But she doesn't really know it yet because she's probably young. She's probably the same age as Cream. She might be, like, 6 years old, so who knows? Maybe she's in a sequel game, she'll be a full-on hydrokinetic. Of course, that would require the characters to actually age, but oh, who am I kidding? Nobody ages in cartoons and video games. Anyway, the base figure would normally be a Charmy the Bee if I was making this in the Jazzwares, but we don't have that in the Jakks Pacific line, so we are using Tails. For the record, Ultimate Easy Mode would be if there was a Cream figure, because you know, just drop Mario's Tanuki Leaf onto Cream and you all of a sudden have Marine. It's really that simple. But, you know, there's no Cream figure either, so we're working with Tails. I did have some 3D printed parts, of course, because Tails' head is not round enough to be Marine's. I had the rabbit avatar head printed, as well as Cream's shoes. Now, here's the thing, Sacred Studios, thank you very much for providing the 3D printed parts again. You are awesome. My cousin, I asked him about replacement costs for the printer, and he told me that he actually has another of the exact same printer that he gave to me. We can trade. I can give him my printer, and he'll give me his spare, and he'll try to fix mine, and I can use the spare one. And, you know, hopefully, like, he'll be able to figure out what's wrong with it, but I'll still be able to print while he's figuring that out. So, yay. Only problem is that he lives pretty far away. It takes over an hour to get to him, so we only really visit during special occasions. But on the very next occasion where we see each other, we'll swap out the printers. They're the exact same model, so it should be plug and play. I just have to plug it into my router, and it'll be able to communicate with my laptop the same way that the old one does. And, you know, like, that's... Like, Sacred Studios, thank you for filling in the interim, but hopefully soonish I'll be able to start printing my own stuff again. Okay, so that's a lot of backstory talk about stuff that's not really relevant to this particular figure, so let's get ahead to that. I really should have just asked to print Charmy's shoes, because Charmy and Marine basically wear the same shoes. Meanwhile, on Cream's, I'd have to sculpt stuff to make them look like Marine's shoes. I'm an idiot. But, you know what, that's my fault. I'm not going to hold it against Sacred Studios because those prints came out really nice for what they were. So yeah, here's just a quick preview of the shoes because I just, like, took a picture of them all finished. Like, you can see, like, the rolled up sock cuffs, which Cream doesn't have. Yeah, I really should have just had Charmy shoes printed because Marine shoes are basically Charmy shoes in a different color. I don't know what's wrong with me. Oh, also, since it's just a quick repaint job, the gloves are kind of a buff yellow. It's almost a skin color if you have jaundice, I guess. I don't know why they call this buff. Is it supposed to be like buffed metal? Like buff what brass looks like when you shine it up? Is that what they're going for? I don't know. Okay, so I took Tails' little tail peg and I cut Tails' tails off of it so that I could then sculpt Marine's tail onto there, and then it would still be able to use the tail joint. I also sculpted the little tube top dress thingy that Marine wears, the bare shoulder thing, kind of a whole Marge Simpson chic that we got going on. And I painted the tail with the stripes. This is a blended shade of orange. It's not a stock orange that comes out of my paint jar. I had to mix in orange with I mixed orange with a little bit of yellow. Oh crap, I don't remember how I made this color. I'm sure I can figure it out again later on. And the body is also painted with her little black bike shorts and her, are those bike shorts or spats? I really don't know. I don't know anything, because as has been established from when I printed the wrong shoes, I'm an idiot. Now, the head. The head is the Rabbit Avatar head with no ears, of course. That's a very nice blank round head, and it's perfect for Marine. It's also perfect for Cream, but hopefully Jakks Pacific will eventually get around to making a Cream. Remember, guys, in August, that's when the wave with the Amy Rose figure comes out. If that Amy Rose figure sells well and everybody wants it, then it'll be telling Jakks Pacific that we are good with female characters, and it might encourage them to make more. You want to Rouge the Bat, Blaze the Cat, Cream the Rabbit, any other female characters? That's how you do it. You encourage them by buying the ones that they make. And Jakks, don't make the Amy Rose figure intentionally crappy so people won't want to buy her. Like, I've seen toy companies do that on purpose, and it really irritates me. I hope they don't do that. I really hope that they don't do that. And I sculpted on her little pigtails, which I attached after painting her head, as you can see, because I painted up her head before putting the pigtails on. But yeah, the pigtails are attached. They're like a couple of boomerangs sticking off of the bottom of her head. Now, some people who may be a little bit younger and don't remember Sonic Rush Adventure might be wondering why Styx the Badger's little sister is on here. And I'm pretty sure that when they designed Styx, Marine was a definite inspiration. But remember, Styx and Marine are not related. They're from different worlds. Marine comes from the Soul Dimension in the proper universe, while Styx is in the Boom universe. And they are not even the same animal type. Marine's a raccoon, Styx is a badger. I just want to throw that out there. The character designs are similar. It's a very nice homage, but it's kind of like a Cosmo versus Lumina, where some people will recognize one name over the other, and there will be a definite age bias, but I'm just throwing that out there. Alright, so I've been talking, and let's take a look at the completed figure. Here she is! Oh yes, I used my Dremel to make holes in the shoes big enough that the ball-jointed ankles could go into them, so this Marine can stand and use those ball-jointed ankles just fine. And then while I was taking these pictures, hilariously enough, she actually tipped over at just a precise moment where the camera would catch her in the middle of the act. So I just found it kind of amusing that I caught it in progress of falling, because it was in this state for the tiniest fraction of a second, and I managed to hit the shutter at just that moment. But yeah, this is the pose that I was going for. She can do it. You just gotta, she still has those ball-jointed ankles, so just make sure that the feet are flat. She's not particularly back-heavy, even though her tail goes out very far back there, and she has a nice flat-footed stance on these big old shoes, so, like, you're fine. You'll be able to play with this. You'll be able to play with her, or you'll be able to pose her at least, and she will stand on display just fine. So that is it. And since this is the end of the contract, let's take a quick look at everything I made for Raspberry First so far. He had the Soap Shoes Sonic with the GUN board, which was the last project of 2020. That goes to show how long it actually takes to make all this stuff. The Jakks Pacific scaled Zero the Jackal figure, Maskless Infinite. This Marine figure, and of course Starwolf, who's probably feeling a little bit out of place because he's the only non-Sonic character in the commission. Yeah, it's kind of weird. That would be like a character from Thundercats standing next to the Mickey Mouse crew. You know, like, yes, they're both anthropomorphic animal teams, but, you know, like, they're very, very different styles. Anyway, that is for the debates of people who want to set up their Smash Brothers displays. This has been Wake Angel 2001, bringing you fun and love and joy. And if I could affect a convincing Australian accent or use any kind of Australian slang convincingly, I would totally do that. So, I don't really know how to end this setup. Fosters! Bye.